What's up guys, Cali Sunset Gaming with you again. We are on to our next episode of the Chelsea career mode on FIFA 20. Closing stages of the season. We got our last game against Wolves, then a game in the FA Cup final against Manchester City after they trounced us in the Champions League. After that we move on to the transfer window, and it's really important that we get some players in to help us for next season. Probably my job on the line. Let's get to it. Quickly having a look at my notifications. Pedro wants to play. It's going to be his last game as a Chelsea player, so I'm going to give him the run out. The same with Willian and the same with Azpilicueta. I'm so nervous about not having my job. That's the reason I'm not wearing the Chelsea t-shirt. Usually I wear the Chelsea t-shirt on this series, but for this episode, I might be unemployed. So I've had to go neutral just in case. So I'm quickly showing you guys the lineups before kickoff. Got Kepa in goal. As our back four, we've got Emerson, Ethan Ampadu, Azpilicueta and Zappacosta. Ampadu making his debut for me, as well as Azpilicueta taking the captain's band. In midfield, we've gone for a bit more of an offensive lineup with Kante and Kovacic in holding roles, but Mason Mount as a centre attack in mid. And then our strike force, we've got Willian on the left, Pedro on the right, and Jonathan David as our striker. Wolves have gone for a bit of a defensive formation, going for a 5-2-3. They've got Rui Patricio in goal, Vinagre, Bolly, Cody, Saiss and Doherty as a back five, with Gibbs, White and Neves as their midfield. Up front they've got Jota, Jimenez and Buzat. I haven't heard of him. Let's keep our eye on him. I don't recognise him, so immediately I feel threatened. Kick off by Chelsea. It's been a bit of a lacklustre season. That ultimate difficulty has sort of crippled me from the third episode onwards, which is why I made the changes. If you've seen the changes in the sliders, they're the sliders that I play with now. Obviously I used them in the last episode. Didn't go too well for me, but I just thought it was a lot more of an even contest. Obviously against the big teams you're still going to be made to be punished if you make silly mistakes. Zappacosta's got a track back here as they burst down the wing. Oh, come on, you're letting him beat you way too easily there. Ampadu with a block. Oh, he's laid it off. Oh my God. Wolves go 1-0 up. No, he's hit that lad. I don't believe it. Well, Ampadu got a great block in. Emerson just teed him up, teed that Buzat, just teed him off. Yeah, lad, have a shot on goal. Kepa, instead of diving at the ball, decides to dive parallel with it. Well, on the back foot already. But obviously we've got a lot of players leaving. Azpilicueta going, Willian going, Pedro going. So these next two games just give them the opportunity for a run out. Kovacic gives it to Mount, plays it to David, back to Mount. Sloppy there, he couldn't really get it from out under his feet. Kovacic plays a ball to Pedro, but it's intercepted by Jota. Plays a ball through to Gibbs White, who's intercepted by Kante. And a ball's played through to Jonathan David, who pulls it back. And he's tackled. And that Buzat, he's through again. He's through on goal. 1-on-1. And he's got his second. Who is this kid? Unreal. Two 2-0 down, 18 minutes gone. Kovacic through on goal. Patricio does well to keep it out straight at him though, to be fair. What is up with me? I've gone so bad on FIFA. Kovacic. Plays it to David. There's one back. Jonathan David gets a goal. Quick bit of play. We've managed to break Wolves down. It's taken us a bit of time. Quick pass in there by Kovacic and Mason Mount. Did the 1-2. Jonathan David, his body language is all off there, but he does really well to put the ball in the back of the net. First goal for Chelsea in the Prem.
2 minutes of added time.
David gives it to Kovacic. The ball's played through. David manages to get hold of it. He's played it to Mount. There's two. Mason Mount gets his goal. Orchestrated the first. Was in the right place at the right time for the second. Keeper couldn't get down quick enough for it. Well, 45 minutes gone. I don't want to rest on my laurels or seem as if I'm getting a bit big-headed, but I might still have a job by the end of this episode. Second half begins. I brought João Moutinho on. Ball played over the top. Espilicueta does well to clear Zappacosta. Initiates a bit of play and Chelsea are on the move. Emerson. Want to go forward. Doherty's going to get a yellow for that challenge. Zappacosta needs to get over. Stop that cross coming in, and he doesn't. Espilicueta's there. Wow. Oh my god, if he had scored that. Kante. Plays it to Mount. Oh, Kovacic has broken through. Wow. Lost for words. Adama Traore. Oh my days.
Substitution for Chelsea coming off the pitch. Number 17.
Take off Kovacic.
To be replaced by.
Just bring Ruben on just to shore up that midfield. The last 7 minutes. Willian with the ball in. It's intercepted. Wolves look to go on the break. Ball's played over the top. Zappacosta on his heels. A ball's in. Adama Traore's there. And it's cleared. Tell you what, David does really well to get up to that. Ball played through to Pedro. And he's fooled the defender. Plays it to Loftus-Cheek. Again, couldn't get it out from under his feet in time. Gives it to Kante. If we're going to score, it has to be now. Barkley. Over the bar. To all. Well, that's how our Premier League season ends. Lots of room for improvement, definitely. So back in the lobby. Final game of the season is a game against Manchester City. As before, I'll get straight into it, show you guys the lineups before kick-off. FA Cup final at Wembley, we line up like this. Espilicueta and Rudiger with Emerson and James make up the back four. Like I said, Espilicueta, last game for Chelsea, so he's got the captain band. We've got Kante, Mount and Kovacic as our midfield. As our strike force, we've got Pedro, Willian, and Tammy Abraham up front. Manchester City gone for a similar formation to ours, but just defensive rather than attacking. So they've got Angelino, Laporte, Otamendi and Cancelo as their back four. Rodri, De Bruyne and Silva as their midfield. Then up front they've got Silva, Sterling and Aguero. Always lots of pressure when we're playing at Wembley. But we take into account the defeats that we've suffered at the hands to Manchester City this season. It's important that we at least try to put in a performance today. Don't want to get embarrassed again. Christ. James bursting forward as his pass intercepted. Kante gives the ball through to Kovacic, who spots Tammy Abraham's run, and I think he's beaten the offside trap. Plays the ball through, Mount's there, and it's 1-0. Mason Mount. Quick, catch him on the counter. That's the only way we're going to beat Manchester City. A run by Tammy, timed to perfection, and we just managed to get that ball across the face of goal. Mason Mount there to clean up. Hearts pounding. 1-0. Rudiger plays it to Kovacic. James will give it to Willian. In turn, Tammy Abraham played it through to Kante. Chelsea are on the attack again. Kante to Willian. 2-0. Just get it in the net. Come on. What a way to bow out for Willian if we can pull off the win today. Amazing goal. I get in front of goal like that, I think just hit it. Just hit it.
Goal for Chelsea. Number 10.
2-0. Manchester City are going to come at us. Williams intercepted the ball. Kovacic plays it through to Mount. And the ball's to Kante. No. No. Tried to be cheeky. Couldn't manage it. Oh, wow. Willian finds Kovacic. Mason Mount. Oh. Kovacic. Kante at the back post. There's 3. And it could be game over. Well, I've just got the tactics on for counter-attack, and it seems that every time we do counter-attack, Man City just can't deal with it. Bombing as many players forward as possible. 3-0 in the first half.
Number 7, N'Golo Kante.
Oh my God. Half time, 3-0 up. Second half begins. Manchester City to kick off. You know what? We've kept them quiet this half. I'll say this half, I mean half just gone. But they've only had 1 shot on goal. I mean, it was on target, but if we can do it this half, then we should be okay. But they're just going to go all out attack. God. Silva with the ball in. De Bruyne's free. I had to go and say it, didn't I? I had to say something. I mean, they're not celebrating, they're just sort of like milling about, but De Bruyne, acres of space there, nobody marking him at all on the volley.
Manchester City goal.
Well,
Number 17, Kevin De Bruyne.
They've come out swinging. They need something to deliver that knockout punch. Oh, they've got a Champions League final against Paris. Tammy does well to gather the ball. Gives it to Kante. Over the bar. Should have carried on running. Bringing Paulson on for Aguero. Alright then. I mean, you're 3-1 down in a final, but who am I to comment? Kovacic coming off. Ruby coming on.
The referee has indicated there will be a minimum of 3 minutes.
Manchester City on the attack again, looking to get another goal. De Bruyne. There's not long left, but he's got one. That's 2 for him today.
Manchester City goal. Number 17, Kevin De Bruyne.
Full-time whistle. Silverware. Did you think this season would end like this? Because I didn't. Surely that's kept me in my job. What a send-off. We've done it. Ended the season with a bit of silverware, despite how badly the Premier League went, despite how bad the Champions League went. Got to do better next season, though, haven't we? Come on. That's it. End of the season. Managed to pull the Super Cup, the FA Cup. Not the sort of standard we would usually expect of ourselves, but for a first season, given everything that we've gone through, I think that's pretty decent. So now we need to concentrate on the transfers. This is the most important part. Now, the time of releasing this episode, the time of filming this episode, if you look at social media or you look at the papers, the deal with Timo Werner is basically done. But I know what you're going to say. Obviously, if I sign Timo, that's it. I'm just going to win every game. I'm not going to sign Timo Werner. I feel like I've signed Jadon Sancho, so that's the sort of talisman player that I'm going to be going with. Just going to concentrate on bolstering the weaker areas within the squad and seeing who I want to get rid of after reflecting back on the performances that I've seen throughout the season and who I'm happy with, who I'm not happy with. Before we get into any of the transfers, I need to make sure I've got a job. My rating's like 80, but who knows? Who knows, man? Victor Moses coming back from Fenerbahce. Nice. Purchasing coming. He's not really going to see any games here, so I'll accept it. I mean, he probably won't accept himself, but... So we've got Willian, Caballero, Pedro and Olivier Giroud. Their contracts are all ending. I'm not going to be re-signing any of those players. I think, like I said, with all the players that I've got coming back, there's just not going to be room for them, unfortunately. I do not believe it. Manchester City have won the Champions League. And Liverpool have won the Premier League with 109 points. Only 1 loss. Who does the coding for this, man? Look at that, 109 points, and Sheffield United recorded 11 points. What? Okay, so let's end the season. Could not be happy with your performance so far. The players and staff clearly look up to you. Clearly, you've done an excellent job aligning yourself with the club's vision, both on and off the pitch. We would be delighted. We would be delighted. Not passive, not, yeah, let him stay. They'd be delighted. They'd be sat there like, oh my God, he stayed. Yes! That's how much of an impression I've made. Thank God for that. Start of a new season. We're still at Chelsea. Got a lot of business to do though. So I've skipped the pre-season tournament. We're not going to waste time with that. Our first game of the season is going to be the Charity Shield against Liverpool. We've got the international tournament, the European Championships going on. So we can still do business and then see if anybody's performing decent at the European Championships. Possibly get hold of them as well. Okay, we've had a transfer budget increase to 182 million. And Lazio have shown interest in Tomori. Now, Tomori is going to be somebody that we build up. I don't really want to get rid of him. There's going to be a time when he is worth 10 times that. Sampdoria have offered 32 million for Christensen. I'm going to reject that offer as well. Dortmund have made an offer for Alvaro Morata. I'm going to have to reject that. Don't really have much depth with strikers. Transfer offer for Rudiger, 34 million. I'm going to reject that offer. Barcelona as well. Reject that offer. Well, it looks like everyone's on the lookout for defenders. Let's have a quick look at our squad. So we've got Baba back, Mattison back, Kurt Zuma. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through the list of the players that I'm looking to sell. A lot of you may not be happy with this, but Kurt Zuma has not impressed me. There, I've said it. This season, he's just not impressed me. Real life is different, but we're not talking about real life. I can't keep somebody on the premise of the fact that they're good in real life. They have to be good on the game as well, and he's just not done it for me. He's not done it for me. So, as a result, I am going to add him to the transfer list. Matt Miazga, unfortunately, he's going to have to go on the transfer list as well. Lamperty's loan listed, that's fair. Kante. And let's have a look at this midfield, because the midfield has got the most depth. So Kennedy, left mid, I'm probably going to play him as a left wing, try him out, see how he goes. Mario Pasalic, centre mid, just Cheek, Baker, Kovacic, Brown, Barkley. I'm going to put Kovacic on the transfer list just because of the depth that we have in midfield. Unfortunately, it's going to be the same for Barkley as well. There's a lot of weight that's going to be shifted on this. Masonda, happy to have him back. Alvaro Morata's back. Tammy Abraham. Now this is the curveball, okay? What I'm going to do is I'm actually going to put Jonathan David on the loan list for a season. And I'm going to get a veteran striker to act as a backup for Tammy, because I genuinely don't feel as if Morata's going to be able to deliver, but at the same time I want to try him out for the season just to see how he is. So we've still got Dries Mertens. After the last time that we spoke to him, I think he is going to be the player that we go for. The other defender that I was looking at is Upamecano. Is that how you say it? I don't know, but obviously, like I said, we've got a lot of depth in defence, so he's just going to be a player that I keep my eye on. The other striker that I had a look at was Diego Costa. Just because I miss him. The days when he used to be at Chelsea. Amazing. Everyone hated him, and that was the best thing about him. Every other team hated him. It was brilliant. So let's go for Dries Mertens. Approach to buy. Okay, welcome to my office. Current values 26. We'll go for 30. See what he says. 43 million for a 33-year-old. God. I should chin you. I should chin you. Yeah, go on then. We'll do it. It's a good job I had a budget increase, isn't it? Okay, so Dries Mertens, let's negotiate. Now, remember, last time that I spoke to him, it didn't end well. So we won't offer him 70k a week. Clearly that'll offend him. Okay, crucial. I mean, he's not going to play every game, so I'll just tell him that. Won't sign a 2-year deal. Okay. Don't want to add a release clause either. Wage. We'll just give him a payday. We'll just give him a payday. Double his wage. Fantastic. So Dries Mertens comes to Chelsea. Accept the offer for coming. Like I said, I guess we could use him as a backup keeper, but then again, his stats aren't that great. So, okay, next up, Check this out for a curveball. I'm going to get Stecklenburg just as a backup keeper. Do I know what his rating is? No, but Kepa's not going to be injured, and on the off chance that he is, we'll have a relatively well-known keeper to step in. Current value of 425,000. Okay, plus 700,000. Should go for that. God, he's everybody's agent. Yep, sporadic. Yep, fine. Come on, let's whip through this. I accept. So I've got him cheap as chips. That's good going. That is good going. Not a big signing, not huge, but like I said, just similar to Rob Green, just get him in just in case. Offer has been made for Matt Miazga. Accept that. Dortmund made an offer for Barkley. Accept that. Transfer offer made for Zuma by Leverkusen. 23 million. Yeah, I'll accept that. I'll accept that. Sevilla have made an offer for Kovacic. They're just coming in thick and fast now. 50 million they're offering. Accept that. So Barkley has gone to Dortmund. Matt Miazga's transfer talks have broken down. Zuma has gone to Leverkusen. And another offer has been made for Matt Miazga by Braga. So this is the interesting thing. I know you guys are probably just watching me like ping loads of players off, but I've made sure that I've done a lot of thinking throughout my process before filming this video about the players that I found it easy to control throughout the season, the players that I found it difficult to control. It's not been easy with some of the players. Kovacic, even though it says that he's got that something special, bang average. For 84 rated, I don't know where his stats are based, but there's nothing special. It's similar to Jorginho. There's nothing that's like, you know what I mean? Just doesn't stick out for me, unfortunately. Then obviously Zuma's made those mistakes. Even though I'm not bringing a lot of players in, there are a lot of players that have come back off loan, and obviously Dries Mertens is that backup. He's going to be light years better than Giroud, I guarantee. Santos have made a bid for Miazga. Transfer offer from Leicester City for Callum Hudson-Odoi. Reject that offer. Tell you what I am going to do. I am going to look at Bouzart or Buzan or whatever his name is. That guy that played for Wolves that absolutely tore me to bits. I'll do the old mantra of what Chelsea used to be like. If you can't beat them, buy them. Augustin Bouzart. 26. In fact, we'll scout him. We'll scout him for now. See what his stats are. But he obviously tore us to bits. So Manchester City have made an offer for Kovacic of 44 million. Do I really want to sell Kovacic to City? I'll accept it. I'll accept it. So that's it. Kovacic has gone to Manchester City. It looks like he's agreed a deal with Santos, so he's gone. And there we have it. Gone through the transfer window. Obviously, there's still some time left for any transfers to take place. So, for instance, deadline day is going to be coming up after this initial curtain raiser for the season. We'll leave it there for that episode. Obviously, if you guys have got any thoughts on the transfers that I've made or the people that I've got rid of, please do let me know in the comments section below. If you did enjoy this content, don't forget to hit that subscription button as well as the notification bell, so that way you'll get an update every time I release a new video. You guys have been awesome, and I will see you next time on Cali Sunset Gaming.